All right, welcome back to another dimension. I'm excited.
And I'm tired.
I'm optimistic.
Awesome.
There
Hi,
we go.
optimistic.
How are you doing today?
Wonderful.
Good. It would have been funny if you would have said bad after you said optimistic.
So,
In the news.
are we ready to roll?
Yeah, we'll hop right into it.
All right, let's do it.
So, there was another Nintendo Switch heist in
Another one?
Another one in Colorado. Driver did not know what he was hauling. It was a blind bill. Said it was games and toys, but 2,800 consoles valued at $1.4 million was stolen out of the back of this guy's truck while he was sleeping.
So this happened before.
Yeah, from Washington.
Same Nintendo Switches.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think they changed the security protocol?
Yeah, I don't know if maybe that's why the driver didn't know what he was hauling. They think it wasn't. They think it's an inside job.
Well, yeah.
And they're trying to get to the bottom of that. But $1.4 million bucks.
What do you do with those?
GameStop. So it's funny. GameStop tweeted and said, "Hey, why don't you try to trade them in?"
Oh yeah, we'll catch you.
Yeah. And so I don't know. Can you, if you plug those on in today's day or turn those on in today's day and age?
I don't even know what they are. It's like
a
gaming
PlayStation kind of thing, like back in the day. What did you? Sega Genesis. Do you remember those?
I remember Sega Genesis.
It's
The
like
first
one of those.
Nintendo with
Yes.
Duck Hunt.
Yes. So it's like that, but a modern day era.
What did that come with? Duck Hunt and Mario Kart?
Probably Mario Party.
I just remember Duck Hunt.
Nintendo, like the square one or like
Yeah.
the N64?
No. The original gray one with flip box, and you took the cartridges in and out, and you had to
Duck
blow in
Hunt.
them.
There was probably Mortal Kombat.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
it came with like two things from the...
Had to be Mario. That was
Yeah.
the earliest.
But
Anyway, let's move on about that.
Yeah. We're not gamers, but
I am.
anyway, yeah, it's nuts. So, guy went to sleep. They think a box truck pulled up next to it, busted the seal, unloaded the pallets, and put them in the back of that
That's
box
nuts.
truck and drove off. To do that in a place where there was no cameras and to know all that, it had to be orchestrated or calculated somehow.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Couldn't they put a camera in there and see when the
I'm sure,
doors
like,
open?
they track that stuff for like refrigerated things nowadays. Like, I'm sure there's going to be other protocols that come into it. We'll get into this more.
All right.
But in other news, UPS is in a pretty heated battle with the Teamsters right now. Sean O'Brien went on record, who is the Teamsters president, and said that he is going to leverage all of the 340,000 drivers they have working for UPS.
This is in the States?
Throughout
US?
the North America, I think.
I think, because Canada was having issues as
Yep.
well.
If they don't come to a resolution. So what happened is UPS in 2023 gave the Teamsters a new contract, said it was going to create 22,500 new jobs. It's now fast forward to 2025, and they've cut 20,000 jobs and offered to buy out the contract because they now have to close 73 facilities.
Wasn't that contract, weren't they like negotiating radios and air conditioning or something very basic?
Yep.
And is UPS, weren't they the largest carrier in the, I think, world maybe? May have gotten surpassed by Amazon.
Oh, I'm sure. But they said a lot of this is due to the automation world coming in for like warehousing and stuff like that, and Amazon doing a lot of their UPS
deliveries.
Yeah, and you no longer get something from a UPS. It's few and far between unless you're buying from like a mom and pop or something like
Freight, which I believe was Union as well, they got bought out by T-Force.
which is Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Interesting. I didn't realize that UPS relied that heavily. I didn't know all of their drivers. I don't know if they are all union.
I think they
Are they?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. But that's got to be the Teamsters' probably biggest client, I would think.
I would assume.
I don't think there'd be anyone bigger.
Mm-hmm. I think most of the LTL carriers, historically were union.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And especially because you're going to and from docks and everything else, they're going to have to fight that battle. But, yeah. We don't have a comment this week, although Work Harder did submit another question just right before we stepped in here.
Okay.
So I didn't prep for it. We'll cover that next week. I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay.
But I do have a trivia question that's going to tie into our topic.
You prepped this today.
I did.
Attaboy.
how much of the U.S.-Mexico trade on a yearly basis goes through Laredo as a percentage?
I'm going to guess most. I mean, what are the main crossings? El Paso, Laredo, what's over south of, like, the Tijuana area, South California?
Well, that would. Well, I guess I don't know.
But I'm going to guess.
Oh, that probably Tijuana.
A lot.
40% goes through Laredo.
Okay.
They say 15,000 to 18,000 trucks a day.
How many?
15,000 to 18,000 trucks a day.
Is that where you were talking about the
Land bridge.
cross-border
Yeah.
land bridge? Okay.
So, brings us into our next topic. There's been a freight rate explosion from shipments coming from Mexico to the United States.
Even with the proposed tariffs.
Even with everything.
Okay.
Overnight, meaning I prepped this 2 days ago, freight rates were at $3.12 a mile. They jumped to $4.12 the next morning. For everything.
Just because there's that much demand?
There's that much demand, and there's not enough capacity for English-speaking drivers getting into the United States. So
I see.
every trip or every load that we send down to Mexico, 3 loads come back.
That makes sense.
But the first week that they implemented the English proficiencies, 400 trucks have been abandoned at Laredo.
At the border?
At the border. So these companies in Mexico are now starting to charge surcharges for English-speaking drivers up to $500 per load.
To cross the border.
They also are adding a 25% rate increase premium to high-valued shipments because of these 400 trucks that were sitting at the border, like 50 of them have already been broken in and stolen with product on them and everything like that.
I'm going to say good for them, right?
Right.
Like that, good for them. They're taking, I don't want to say taking advantage of the situation, but that's the position they're in. If they're doing it right and legal,
here you go.
Free enterprise.
It's no different than a tanker endorsement here.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Or a special
Hazmat
exemption or a passport or whatever.
Yes.
But I agree with that. But yeah, so all of these trucks have been sitting dead for weeks now at the border. They can't, I'm sure they're probably circling them out, whatever. But they're noticing increased cargo theft. Some of those trailers are completely wiped out.
Yeah.
They're starting to add 25% rate charges, so they're just going through the roof. It's nuts. And they can't find enough English-speaking drivers to handle the demand coming in. So maybe this ties back in with that land bridge or whatever, these proposed, cross docks. But the other thing that they're doing that I thought it was very, very funny, the Laredo Motor Carrier Association is offering free English classes every weekend for anyone who wants them so that they can expedite the process, because they said if this goes on much longer, they're not going to have enough warehousing to store all the product to have English drivers shuttle to and from. So what are your thoughts on that? I just thought of the word of the day too.
Okay. Well, like I said, good for them. They're taking what they can get. Is now our time to go to Mexico?
I wouldn't.
We actually discussed that.
Look,
if they're doing it right, that's what we implemented. We want English-speaking drivers, right? They're falling into that category. They're following the procedure. We've talked about this numerous times. Short-term pain, long-term gain, right?
Right.
But that's so they're really cracking down on the Mexican border.
Yeah, 400 in the first week, and that was probably a month ago now. So how many more are sitting there?
Did you hear anything where they cracked down like in the interior of the U.S.?
I have not. I have seen statistics say that it was like 4% of drivers were put out of service because of it. So if you think about that, on 1 million, that's 40,000, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You haven't heard heard directly or...
Think about that. That's a big number.
It is. But freight has been slow.
Right.
And we haven't really seen an uptick in it.
No, but paired with everything else, like if everything does start coming domestic and we are short drivers and bringing stuff in, is this going to help everyone else? It may. That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you said, a sacrifice nowadays.
That is very interesting.
It is. Can dig more into it, but it'd be interesting to see where all this stuff goes, because people are going to stop shipping large shipments of, insurance will cover it, whatever. Someone will get caught.
Well, it's another, I don't know if it's going to be an incentive, but it's another way to think about bringing jobs back into the U.S., right? Hey, historically, it was cheaper to produce things in Mexico.
Right.
If the transportation costs too much, maybe it won't be.
Well, yeah. And on the flip side, if you got to worry about 1 in 5 getting stolen,
Right.
like there's 20%.
Right. Right.
So,
But most shipments like that, we always hear, oh, freight's so expensive, yada, yada, yada. Freight's the last cost that anybody ever sees. So that's why I think it's
should
ridiculed.
be the most expensive.
Well, it's really small potatoes in the grand scheme of a lot of these manufacturers, right? Okay, what, like your Nintendo Switches, they were worth what, 1.4 million?
For 2,800 of them. So what is that, $500 a piece, something like that, right?
Okay, so
I think.
what was, I don't know where that load was going, but even if the load costs $10,000 to move, that's
1%, or whatever it is.
It's nothing.
In the grand scheme of things. But what is your profit margin on that? I have no idea. I mean, that's for them.
Yeah,
That's for them to know. But
yeah.
The other thing I wanted to bring up, which is also exciting. Hey guys, Trask with Quick Transport here. We're different. If you're looking for something different in the trucking industry, give us a call and see how we can help. 920-764-4665. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and we hope to have you in one of our seats here shortly. Thanks. As of October 1st this year, no longer need an MC number. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
You seem appalled.
Why? I'm not appalled. I mean, there used to be LC numbers, MC numbers, DOT numbers, all that stuff. So they're just going to go with the US DOT number.
So they are the FMCSA.
Yep.
This is happening.
Yep.
Went on record to say that they're aiming to clean up the industry garbage. They're trying to reduce fraud and hold people accountable and stop like chameleon carriers.
There must be a stricter process for the DOT number versus the MC.
Well, it's going to be unified. So now, like, someone could get an MC number but not a DOT number and all those kind of things. So now it'll just be the one. They're going to have a whole new website. It's going to be URS. It's called United. I think they may have that already, but it's going to be fine tuned. But
are you talking like the UCR?
No, it's URS.
Okay.
Yeah, they're coming out to verify all of the authorities, but brokers are going to have a B in front of their USD OT number. They're going to have to get one.
Do we have we have a DOT number and an MC for our brokerage, huh?
I know the MC number. I don't know if we have a DOT number.
I'm pretty sure we do. We never use it.
We're going to have to.
The MC number is the most common thing that.
Which, we'll hop around here. So brokers, I mean, think about what they're going to have to do. Every broker vets a carrier based on their MC number. Mm-hmm. So all of the systems, the load boards, everything is all based on that.
Right.
So they're going to have to change that to DOT numbers. They're going to have to use their new, authority, which is going to be classified with a B in front of their US DOT number.
And are they going to get credit, if you will? So an older US DOT number or an MC number holds more clout with anybody in the industry because it's been around for a while, right? I do remember when we first started, hey, you're too new. We're not going to put freight on you.
Right.
And
we do it in our brokerage.
Yeah, like if you've been in business for 6 months,
sorry,
either you're new, sorry,
yep,
or like you said, a chameleon carrier.
Yeah. I was going to define that quick.
Go ahead.
So the main reason is they wanted to get rid of chameleon carriers, and a chameleon carrier is a carrier that will get in trouble, whether that be compliance, safety, whatever that may be, and pay the fines, whatever, but just open up a new MC number. Mm-hmm. So when they did that new MC number, they basically have a clean slate. So they just keep being crappy. And this will not allow them to do that.
So that's good.
Which is awesome. They're only going to have their DOT. Carriers are going to have an A in front of their DOT number. Brokers are going to have a B in front of their DOT number, which is going to authority and brokerage, right? We talked about like what it means for the brokerage, like what they're going to have to do, but think about what a carrier is going to have to do by October. And this is the first time I heard of this.
Don't all carriers have a DOT number though?
Yeah, I would think.
I think all carriers.
What
do,
about
but I don't
intra?
think all brokerage. Probably no. That used to be LC numbers.
Right. Intra probably doesn't.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure,
Me either.
but that we should look into that.
Right. So here is a list of things we're going to have to update. All of our contracts, our permits, our insurance, all of our safety and compliance. We're probably going to have to get a new packet out to all of our carriers that haul for us.
Well, all that stuff should have our US DOT number on it already, minus the A. Correct?
Right, but it's all going to have to be a new contract. Carriers are no longer obviously going to be able to escape their bad history, but on the other side of things, what's this going to do for, if much like the ELD, like is it going to push back? They said they're going to phase out. They're not going to eliminate the MCs. They're going to phase them out as they happen. But I think it's a bigger task than...
What's really the difference between the US DOT number and the MC? I can't answer that.
Me either. Letters.
And why was there two?
Well, MCs, I think, are... If you think back to when you registered,
Yeah.
how hard was it to get your MC? It was like $150, right?
I don't remember. No, to get your authority.
To
was
get
more
your
than
authority was with your US DOT number.
Yeah.
You're right.
I don't remember.
So the DOT number identifies a commercial motor carrier and is used to track safety information. The MC number, also known as operating authority, specifically authorizes a carrier to transport regulated commodities or passengers for hire across state lines.
So you need an MC number to cross...
Currently to cross state lines.
Yep.
Yes.
And everybody needs a DOT
DOT
number. So everybody should have a DOT number right now.
They should.
The DOT is what they use to track all the safety info.
Okay.
So you should be required to have that, I would think.
Which makes sense, but why would getting a new MC? Because if you got a new MC, you get a new DOT number, right?
I don't know. We've never been in that boat.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It was just interesting.
I mean, there could be a lot of carriers that that maybe don't have a US DOT number. They do have an MC number.
I would bet like a dump truck company probably doesn't have a...
US DOT number? No, they'd have to have that. They wouldn't have an MC number.
They wouldn't have an MC
Yeah.
number.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know
Don't know
that's all going to do. There's going to be more to come on it.
Did they
but
say the reason? It was to eliminate the bad
fraud.
carriers?
Yeah, so they're trying to... It said to eliminate bad carriers, reduce fraud, and stop and hold people accountable. And then the third item on that list was to help alleviate paperwork for government officials. So I don't know. I have a feeling this is going to be a heck of a lot more paperwork up front.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I didn't think we'd ever get rid of an MC number. I mean, that's pretty highly...
It's obviously I haven't heard of this,
Right.
and it's July.
Yeah,
I wonder how many other carriers have
Haven't?
not. Yeah.
I hope it's true.
Why?
No, I'm saying I hope this is true.
Oh, yeah. Where'd you get this from?
It was
The
on
Goo-
landline.
The Googler?
It was on landline.
Okay.
But that's what I have.
Okay.
What else you got?
What was your, you said you had the word of the day.
Yeah, Tijuana taxi.
Tijuana taxi.
You were talking about
Yeah.
Tijuana.
Tijuana taxi. Is it like one of those, what are the things you haul people in, but you
Pedicab? Oh.
That, but rickshaw, not a rickshaw. Oh, I was thinking something like that. You ever been in you ever seen the streets in Thailand?
No. Yeah,
There's no there's like no regulation.
No, it's a
donkey?
border patrol. Really? It's a border patrol police car or border patrol cop car.
Oh,
Bring him back to Tijuana?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Tijuana taxi.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what I got.
Good one.
Well, what else is up there, Trask?
That's everything.
No, it's not.
We flew through it.
No, it's not.
You got to cover the safety. We didn't do the safety.
What is the safety? Extended?
Yeah, on June 23rd, they extended the FMCSA Oversized exemption.
The oversized exemption for hours of service for the half-hour break?
Yep.
Okay.
30-minute rest break.
Yeah, so currently, as a driver, you have to take a 30-minute rest break in an 8-hour period.
Correct.
When you're permitted in hauling an oversized load, that you're exempt from that, due to the fact that, number one, you can't go off your route more than a mile. Is that right?
It depends on the state, but yeah, some
Okay.
of it's a half a mile.
So it's difficult to find a place to stop. Sometimes it could be dangerous to stop because you could be blocking traffic or whatever. So there is that exemption. When we do it, we still encourage our guys to take a half-hour break because
100%.
It doesn't make sense. But if for some reason we're in that position, we write it on our log,
Annotate it.
and write the permit number.
Yeah, they say the biggest reason for it is sometimes that 30 minutes is a make or break to a truck stop that they can safely get into.
Yeah,
Because not every truck stop
or curfews around cities, daylight.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you have the daylight exemptions where you can start 30
restrictions.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Where you can start either before or after sunset, 30 minutes. Some states are at sunrise, and it helps just offset some of those things. And has it helped us get through a curfew a time or two? Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it may not seem like a big deal to get through a curfew, but let's say that curfew starts at 3 o'clock in St.
Let's say
Louis.
it's the dead of winter.
Yeah.
And your days are only this long.
Right. You can't drive afterwards because it's dark. But in summer, you may be able to squeak through it and be able to get through it.
Yeah.
But also, let's say it's 2:30 and you're not going to make it through St. Louis, and that's 3 to 6. Crap. Now I can't start till 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Right, because there's a 6 to 9
There's
a.m.
a 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
restriction.
So that extra 30 minutes really ends up saving you
A lot of time.
6 hours.
More than that.
Well, curfew hours, I'm
Yeah.
saying. But yeah, I think
that's
it's a good
cool.
thing.
Any idea why they were talking about that? Like,
It was up when it went into effect. It was only good for 10 years and they were going to revisit it.
okay.
And now they extended it again, I think, for another 10 years.
Okay.
So we don't have to do anything. The last one we had to carry, legally, you had to carry an exemption form in your permit book. This one, I don't think you do.
Okay.
So there's going to be more to come on that. But
Interesting.
what
That
else?
was nice.
Yeah, that was quick,
nice.
short, sweet, to the point.
Last week we did the local shout out thing. I guess thank you. Thank you to our local vendors again. Most of them were like ecstatic that we did that. So I guess you're welcome.
Yeah.
But it's really not about that. It's more of a you rub our back, we'll try to help you.
Yeah.
But Tim brought up a pretty not interesting, but a spot on comment about, hey, you know what? Like, our local vendors help us a lot, but he's like, it's amazing the rapport that our drivers have with our local customers.
Yeah.
And it's a testament to everybody here. But it's really appreciated when, I get on a job site sometimes and they're like, hey, so-and-so was fantastic. They went above and beyond. They helped me out, whatever. But really proud of the entire team. And as Tim said, the drivers out, who are really interacting face to face with maybe not the internal contact people, but the people out on the floor.
The boots on the ground, which really make the decisions.
Yeah.
Because if they're squawking, everyone else hears about it.
So I thought that was a really cool comment that Tim recognized.
Yeah. He also brought up the fact, he goes, it was super cool. Like, in the last week, we've gotten like 3 referrals from other customers, which was cool. So thanks, Tim.
Yeah. But other than that,
like, subscribe, and share.
like, subscribe, share, do a Trask.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. No. Keep commenting, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great weekend.